Act anymore. We want a big, enormous hole that the president can sanction anybody in the world anytime. It's a terrible idea. It's rife for abuse from a president. Many on the other side had arguments with the previous president, and they worried about him having unlimited power. So they want to give unlimited power to their president because they like him better. Well, guess what? I'm an equal opportunity, ecumenical kind of guy that says no president should have vast power. All presidents' powers should be circumspect. All presidents' powers should be controlled.
50 plus executive orders signed on day one has caused all of this chaos, guys. Look at the screen. All of this has been busted by this administration in 14 months. Guys, prepare. And to put a cherry on top, they now have a new game that they are playing called the blame game, called the blame Putin game. Let's see what's going on, and let's see, guys. Let's go through a couple of takes and see them in action, and then let us compare. Editor, roll clip, fair use.
Today, the average gas price in America hit an all-time record high of over $4 per gallon. Okay, that stings, but a clean conscience is worth $1 or $2. I'm willing to pay. It's important. Right. It's important. I'm willing to pay $4 a gallon. Hell, I'll pay $15 a gallon because I drive a Tesla.
I view this administration has never really cared about gas prices. I want to flash back to what our energy secretary said in November.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Would that I had the magic wand on this. As you know, of course, oil is a global market. It is controlled by a cartel. That cartel is called OPEC.
I think Americans will remember that at the pump.
You may have noticed this week that your gas prices have gone up. I want to talk to you a little bit about why. A lot of it has to do with Vladimir Putin.
In just 14 months, everything that was
need to be honest with the American people.
The
battle for freedom has its cost here at home as well. People are already feeling Putin's price hikes at the pump.
The larger issue about Putin's tax, that's really Putin's gas hike. That's his gas hike. So much of this increase in the gas tax, gas price started weeks leading up to what happened there.
Inflation goes up today. The president's statement blames the Putin price hike. Are you guys just going to start blaming Putin for everything until the midterms?
Well, we've seen the price of gas go up at least 75 cents since President Putin lined up troops on the border of Ukraine.
And last month, the statement didn't mention the Putin price hike. It mentioned inflation because of the pandemic. Why is that?
Well, Peter, last 2 years, there was a global pandemic result that have escalated over the course of time of President Putin's further invasion of the impact on the global oil markets are, of course, having an impact.
Jen Psaki just lied to you. They are all lying to you.
Second big reason for inflation is Vladimir Putin. From the moment he put his over 150,000 troops on the Ukrainian border, the price of gasoline in January went up 75 cents.
Well, let's take him at his word. Let's look at the CPI right here from when he came into office. He came into office January 2021, right? Well, this is the CPI. Putin didn't attack the Ukraine until what, about a month ago? So why has inflation every single month, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and February? Every single month, inflation has risen. See, at a certain point, you have to just say to yourself that these people are liars. Now, you know me. I look at the Republican and the Democrats as just the left and right wing of the same bird flying towards the same destination. I do not think that the conservatives are that much better in terms of like being conservative or Republican. But at least their policies tend to align with benefiting you better than liberals. This is just a flat out lie, right? Because looking at the CPI data, you can see every single month inflation was higher than it was the previous year, year over year. But yet somehow he wants you to believe that is only happening because of Putin. I'm glad you just said that. He said Putin plus COVID. That's not why we're experiencing inflation. We're experiencing inflation because the government printed money out of thin air. We're experiencing inflation because the Federal Reserve injected trillions upon trillions of dollars into the economy. That's why we're experiencing inflation. It's a monetary policy. It's a monetary phenomenon. It's not happening because the economy was locked down. It's happening because of bad policy, bad fiscal policy, and bad monetary policy. That's why we're having inflation. COVID has nothing to do with it. It's all about monetary policy. Notice he's not one time stated we're having inflation because we printed money. We're having inflation because the Fed injected trillions of dollars into the stock market, into the financial economy. He's not said that one time. See, COVID is the pen that pops the bubble. It's the same thing that happened in 2008. Whenever you print this much money, you create dislocations in the economy. And then when the bubble pops, you try to reinflate the bubble, but you need double the debt to reinflate the bubble. That becomes the problem. And see, what happens is that the money printing only benefits those closest to the money printer. This is known as the Cantillon effect. So therefore, those who are in financial markets, those who own real estate, those who own stocks, tends to do better than working everyday people who are the taxpayers. See, right now, if you're an investor, you don't care about inflation. Why? Because inflation benefits asset holders. And then also, the problem with this is that this is pure propaganda. He just said, if we print more money, we will reduce inflation 8 months ago. But they printed more money and we have inflation. So which one is it? See, at a certain point, we have to start trying to play mental gymnastics and just simply take things for what they are. He said printing money will reduce inflation. They printed money. We got inflation. Jerome Powell said inflation is transitory. Here we are now. He's saying no, inflation is much higher than what it was. Which one is it? At a certain point, we have to take a step back and just take things for what they are. This is propaganda. They're lying to you. And if you keep believing these people, you're going to be broke. They are hell-bent on destroying the dollar. They are hell-bent on bringing in a digital currency. They are hell-bent on having this vertical integration where they can control and monitor everything from top to bottom. And if you don't get on board and start paying attention to what's happening and start putting together a life raft and putting together a plan, you're going to wake up on the land that your ancestors built with nothing.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real.
The trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow again, keeping an eye out, my ears open to these lies. This administration is just going crazy. Now that we're aware, let's prepare, continue to learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end. Stay free.